welcome back to Food Prep Guide. I want to have a quick canning chat with you today. I've got my pressure canner going, but we're not pressure canning today. We're just going to talk. I'm just multitasking. But I wanted to share with you 5 canned food items that I will never can again. When I was first started canning, I soaked up all of the videos on everyone's favorite things to can, but I also really enjoyed seeing what people said they would never can again. Because I felt like maybe we might not like it either, and it would save me some time to just not even can that in the first place. Now, every family has their own taste buds and preferences and all of that. So my list of never do's again is not going to be the same as yours, but who knows, you might find some things that might save you some time to just not even bother canning it, because it might just not even be worth canning. Okay, let's go ahead and hop into my 5 gross things I'll never can again. In case you haven't heard, we have a Meals in Jars canning cookbook coming soon, and in the description box of this video you will find a link to the landing page for that. You can sign up on the wait list to be notified of its release, and when you do, you'll be automatically entered into our giveaway where we will choose one winner to win a free copy of the cookbook. If you're watching this video at a later date, it's possible the cookbook is already available. If that's the case, you'll be able to access that book in the same link in that same description box. If you're new here, we invite you to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of our upcoming tutorials on canning, cooking, food storage, and gardening. Okay, number 1 was actually really disappointing to me because I was banking on this being an all-time favorite, and that is pickled red onions. The reason why I can this recipe is because of Panera's Green Goddess salad. They use pickled red onions on that salad and I love them. So I thought, we grow red onions like crazy here, so I'm gonna make my own. And actually, when I first canned them, I ended up opening the jar a week later, and it was fine. I didn't love it. I was the only one in my family who even would consider eating them like on a salad. It was way too strong for anyone else in my family. But since I already loved those red onions on the Panera salad, I thought I would love these, and I did somewhat enjoy when the very first week that I canned them. But let me tell you, as they have sat on my shelf, they have just gotten so incredibly strong and overpowering in their flavor that I cannot even eat them anymore, which is really sad to me because they're beautiful to look at on the shelf. And I love pickled onions and other things, but yeah, I can't handle this. And it's kind of odd because normally when canning, you kind of, especially with pickled products, and I don't mean just pickles, but anything that is pickled, fermented, you want it to sit on your shelf, and it's kind of like ages and gets better as it ages. In fact, I try not to even touch my pickles until they've been on the shelf for at least a month. And that's just kind of the general rule of thumb because the flavors just get better. But the flavor did not get better. It got way much stronger than I could handle. So I will unfortunately not be pickling any red onions again. Okay, the second thing is, oh, I don't have this one because we got rid of them and we're not doing it again. Okra. Pickled okra. We love fried okra, and we love adding okra into just like a skillet of random vegetables all mixed together, like just like a vegetable medley, just sauteed in a little bit of oil and seasonings. But I cannot get past the texture. Nobody in my family can get past the texture of canned okra. I thought we would love it. We did not. We got rid of that quickly, and so I don't have any here to show you, but we will be freeze drying it, and it works out a whole lot better for frying because it rehydrates beautifully. I can pat it dry really, really well, and then into the breading it goes, and it works great that way. So if you happen to have a freeze dryer, try some freeze-dried okra. A lot of people will simply just pop them in their mouth like a potato chip and snack on them just like that as a healthy alternative to potato chips. So that's another thing to consider as well. Okay, third thing I will not can again, which is surprising because we used to love it, but I'll explain that. Zucchini applesauce. Now, I will say right off the bat, if you are brand new to canning, this is not a tested, proven safe recipe. This is a recipe that I have still followed safety guidelines for. but it has never been tested and proven safe. So if you are brand new to canning and if you haven't heard on past videos, we highly recommend sticking to proven, tested, proven safe recipes when canning. I had pH strips. I made sure my density was fine. I made sure I tested my pH to make sure that it was acidic enough for water bath canning. I added a ton of apple juice to this and lemon juice to acidify it and make sure all was well there. But this is kind of an odd thing because when it comes to applesauce, my children love applesauce. We don't grow apples, but we do grow zucchini out the wazoo. And so I've always been looking for different ways to use it. And so one summer, the summer before last, 2023, I canned up a bunch of this zucchini applesauce. Some people call it zapplesauce. And when they first had it, they really enjoyed it, but they got tired of it very quickly. And what's weird about that is they don't get tired of applesauce quickly. They can eat applesauce every day of the week for weeks on end if I were to let them. But this, it's like they enjoyed it for a few days over the span of maybe 2 to 3 weeks. And then everybody just kind of was like, yeah, I don't really want that. So there's something about either the texture or the flavor that is just not there to make this worth keeping in my pantry. We do still have a good bit left. What I'm doing is I am using this to make like zucchini breads, basically. Picture your banana breads, but just swap it. Instead of using bananas in applesauce, or if you put yogurt in your bread loaves, I'll just put some of this in it instead and make like a quick sweet bread. So that's kind of what I'm doing with it, but nobody really likes to eat it anymore as just plain applesauce, even though with applesauce they could eat it forever and be fine. So I will not be canning that again, unfortunately, even though it was a great use of zucchini. Okay, so the fourth thing that I will not can again, which again I don't have a jar to show you because we got rid of it, and that is squash relish, which I know is going to be kind of surprising to a lot of you because people love, love, love squash relish. And maybe it was just my recipe that I followed. I got it from the Ball canning book, the all new Ball canning book of recipes. I believe it was called the Summer's End squash or Summer's Bounty squash relish. I believe that's what it was. Summer's Bounty relish. I just didn't love it, but maybe I might try it again if I just have so much squash that I do not know what to do with, but I will not be using that recipe, that's for sure. So the last thing that I will not can again is probably the most shocking of all, and I hope we can still be friends for some of you, but it's green beans. Y'all, I have tried and tried and tried to incorporate canned green beans into our diet because we can grow very large quantities of them, and we do every year because we do love green beans, but we love fresh green beans. I cannot get my family on board with canned green beans, and I don't blame them. I don't really love them either. I've tried to make them, I've tried to kind of fry them up in the skillet and cook them at somewhat of a high heat so that they get like a somewhat crunchy browning on the edges. That's probably the closest that I ever got to getting the green light from my family to eat them on a regular basis, but even that is really pushing it. And so I'm just decided I'm not going to can green beans anymore. We will freeze dry some, but I'm gonna go ahead and put this on my list to just blanch and freeze. And just in case you're new to the channel, you may not know that we don't depend on our freezers for much. We don't freeze almost any of our garden produce except for our homemade pesto. We use our freezers as a holding place for the meat that we process, or the holding grounds for things that need to go into the freeze dryer and things like that. And that's just because we kind of lose power somewhat often compared to like a city neighborhood. And so we just have learned not to get dependent on food in our freezers. But I'm going to go ahead and, just like our pesto, every year we put up a year's worth in the freezer, I'm going to blanch and freeze and absolutely make room for green beans because we love, love, love green beans sauteed on the skillet. They just can't be canned. I'm not gonna can them anymore. Okay, y'all, I hope that was helpful to you. It's gonna be different for every family, but those are the 5 items that I can think of right off the top of my head that I will not be canning again. Maybe that'll save you some time when you're planning your canning recipes this coming summer. That's all for today, and we'll see you next time. Bye.